I'm pretty sure by now many of you know Pokimane. She has been a Twitch streamer for over 6 years now, starting in 2012, and launched her Twitch channel in 2014. At the time of writing this, she currently has 9.3 million followers on Twitch, 6.61 million on YouTube, and 6.7 million on TikTok. It's safe to say that Pokimane has quite a good chunk of success on the platforms. And yes, I'm pretty sure by now you all realize what we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be Pokimane. Hello, what's up, and welcome everyone. I'm Miss Quinn, and today we're going to be talking about Pokimane leaving Twitch. On January 30th of last month, she announced on X the end of an era. Twitch has been my home for a decade, but it's time to say thank you for all the memories and love during my League, Fortnite, and Among Us days. Now, the official Twitch X profile did comment on her post saying, "What an incredible journey it's been. We're so proud of everything you accomplished and what's ahead in the future. You'll always have a home here on Twitch, Pokey." Which I'm not gonna lie, this even made me think that it was very sweet for them to respond like that. I don't know, it's like it tugs on my little heartstrings, guys. I have like a chicken heart. It's there, and I just like their response. Very professional. Now, the next day, on the 31st of January, she once again posted on X stating, "Let's explore something new together. No strings attached. First ever YouTube stream tomorrow, February 1st at 12 p.m. Pacific time. See you there." Now, I'm not going to lie, some of the people that I figured, that I know, figured that she was going to stream on YouTube anyway, and it makes sense. She has a following of 6.61 million, and of course, that's bound to happen sooner or later. Her videos do really well on their own, so why not stream there as well? However, as we all know, every platform is different, and certain platforms could help or hinder you. A lot of people on, her announcement asked if she signed a deal with YouTube, but someone else replied for her saying no, that she has already explained all of that in her podcast. And of course, another guy did tell her that no one has the time to be listening to a podcast. But of course, that's where I come in. Yes, her podcast is 53 minutes long. And yes, I listened to it and took notes. And here we are. I want to cover it. And considering that I find a lot of her points interesting, let's do this together like the good people that we are. In the first few minutes of Pokimane's podcast, she mainly is explaining on what an exclusivity contract is and saying that the two exclusivity contracts that she had signed was for 2 years. So obviously equaling 4 years. However, let's say I'm Twitch, right? If I signed you for an exclusive contract, then I'm going to request that you have to stream for how many ever hours, and I will pay you a certain amount every year. So you don't have to worry about grinding for money essentially, because you already have to be grinding, but for hours streaming. Now, that's great and all, but many times you don't even know what to stream, which I have gone through that. I don't even know what to stream half the time. And which is why she points out that for some streamers, it leads to lazy content, which seemed to be interesting to me when she said that she also felt a victim to that. And for those of you who know, she was temporarily banned on Twitch for essentially streaming episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it is good to see that she kind of admits as to why she did that and creates kind of an understanding of why.
I would be remiss not to mention the fact that it's clear to many people Twitch as a company is not very profitable. And when I say not very profitable, I mean not profitable at all. And their CEO has been very transparent about this. Even though they're owned by Amazon, they still have a very hard time actually making money off of the platform because it costs so much to run. I know they had a lot of employees, although unfortunately they had a lot of layoffs recently too. All in all, they haven't found a path to profitability. And so 4 years into doing exclusive deals and spending millions on retaining content creators, they've decided to pivot to basically not doing any deals at all.
Pokimane here mentions something interesting for me here because she states that it's clear that Twitch isn't profitable. And well, yeah, she's not wrong. For those of you who didn't see my other video, Dan Clancy straight up says that Twitch isn't profitable. However, she then says that they don't do any deals that are profitable, but how? How can they do that if they're losing money? It doesn't make sense for them to throw these huge deals at streamers if you yourself has mentioned that they're not even profitable to be doing that.
And caring about games, there were so many more girls, there was such diversity in the demographic, and I felt so much more seen and heard, and I was like, wow, this is what I've always wanted for streaming. And if you see Twitch and streaming nowadays, it's really almost nothing like how it was back then.
I understand it could be difficult seeing this much of a change, but I think more people in general were streaming during that time because we were at home. Many people had plenty of time since honestly a lot of stores were closed, so they got into streaming and they also got into watching streams. But streaming and watching streams takes hours of your day. And of course, after coming home from work, you just want to relax. Many rather spend time with their families or their loved ones, so they're mainly just lurking in the background if they're even in your streams, which is not a big deal. I honestly love lurkers. I understand some don't. I have come across a lot of streamers that honestly hate lurkers, which I don't understand because they're still giving you a view at the end of the day. But you know, that's them. But yeah, I don't see how, because a lot of those women were probably streaming and got into streaming, like I said, because they were at home, they had nothing else to do. And so they decided to have streaming as a form of, of an outlet, which is fine. But once everything opens back up, you have other set of priorities. And if you didn't make it to a certain level that you think in your head, then you're going to want to give up streaming or just set it aside. Then life gets in the way and it's just set aside permanently sometimes, or sometimes just for a few months or for a few weeks. We don't know.
But for the last couple of years, is it just me? Or yeah, do you guys also feel like it has regressed a lot? And especially with the rise of so much manosphere, red pill bullshit, I feel like that stuff has flourished within the male-dominated live streaming sphere of things. And I mean, I can't be surprised, right? It's the online demographic that skews male the most. So of course, manosphere stuff would kind of quote unquote perform better there.
Unfortunately, they have, but I feel like it's like that in almost every platform now. But I do know they stream their podcasts a lot on Twitch, which I don't, like I said, I don't like, but it's not on every platform,
But it was just really disappointing to see this community and industry that I have so much love for relish almost in this shit. And so many of the things that I see, like figureheads of my industry, the most popular and well-established, typically male creators, some of the stuff I see them say and do breaks my heart. And it's hard for me to exist in an industry and community and watch that shit happen and act like it's no big deal, and to see it be normalized, the kind of bigotry and shit spewing and just so much stuff that I frankly like I just don't agree with it.
Again, I don't agree with it either. In all honesty, a lot of their points make no sense to me at all. Although, again, this isn't just a Twitch issue. This happens in so many other platforms now. However, I do understand what she's saying. I personally don't like seeing any of this either. But you can't fully blame Twitch on that, because I've seen a lot of those types of videos on my For You page on TikTok. And now I see them on Instagram. It's everywhere. Some are even on YouTube from what I see too. But YouTube, I notice they do a lot better at actually acting on it and doing something about their content rather than just saying, "Oh, sorry, there's too much going on. We can't do anything." I do understand her focal point in that one, but it's just, unfortunately, it's just something that we kind of have to keep on, quote unquote, reporting that issue and letting those issues be vocal instead of just saying, "Hey, well, I'm leaving because this platform is a hub for this type of behavior." It's like, okay, if it is, please, gather up a lot of people and, voice your opinions. It can't be just one person. I understand that is something that she's done in the past numerous of times. So it can't be just Pokimane voicing her opinion. It has to be a lot of us. And I understand there's a lot of men that don't even share their same values, but, unfortunately, we just bunch them in with the rest. Now, to not continue with the rest of her podcast for the rest of this video, because even I wouldn't like it, I'm just going to link her podcast down below, and you could listen to it if you like. Remember, it is 53 minutes long. You could just listen to it while you have something in the background. I literally listened to this podcast episode twice for you. So, if you want to listen to it just once, it's okay. Though there is a lot of things that I found interesting, because much later during the podcast, she mentions how viewers on Twitch are still harassing, stalking, and insulting the streamers. Like, honey, again, that isn't just a Twitch problem. We've seen over the past few years that many have discovered where YouTubers lived and gone to their house and basically overstepped several boundaries to get to their home. Like, you should see some of the comment sections on these people's like videos, and also like a former member of David Dobrik's vlogs, Jason Nash, he just got swatted on TikTok. Yes, I admit there's more of a problem on Twitch, but overall harassment is sadly everywhere. And it's something that, again, we have to make it vocal that this is something we don't like, because they think it's haha funny, but it's like, no, you can actually put someone's life in danger, and that's not okay. As I stated, though, YouTube is a bit better on acting against it, but it's because it's well known that YouTube is always aiming to be more of a family friendly, platform. But this is something we need to work further on. Like that whole issue with Sniper Wolf. We know, at least a lot of us know, YouTube did not want to act on it because Sniper Wolf is their biggest moneymaker. YouTube is like, it's pretty obvious that they have their favorites, and during that time when she doxed Jack's Film's address and everything, it became blatantly obvious who their favorite was. But anyway, she also talked about Twitch when it came to their community guidelines on nudity, which was quickly changed back after a week. Now she expressed that, for lack of a better term, she was disgusted by it. And if you watch the video of mine called Twitch Has a Problem, then you know how I feel about it. I completely side with her on this one. Again, I don't see why any platform at this point would keep signing exclusivity contracts when, that in itself is a lot of money to be spent. Twitch is losing a big part of their community because they're leaving South Korea this month, guys. They know horny men and women are going to pay money to watch people that are basically naked. I'm just happy that they stopped it because kids are able to go on Twitch and watch it. Even if you don't have an account, you can go on incognito mode or whatever and sign off your Twitch, obviously, and you can right away start seeing a bunch of stuff. It was not right. It's something that never sat well with me. It's something that I know a lot of creators that it did not sit well with them either. And I was just happy when they reversed it. Not even artistic nudity is allowed anymore, which it took you long enough. But I genuinely think they only did it because they had a bunch of backlash from their advertisers, not so much on the content creators and, their viewers, but more like the people that are putting money into them. But anyway, not even YouTube has signed an exclusivity contract since September 6th of 2022. You could easily find a list of people that have signed that kind of contract with YouTube over the years. But I'm happy for her overall because sometimes you do need something new in order to regain that spark in creating any form of content. I see that she's excited about streaming now, and it makes me happy to see that as a fellow streamer and as a fellow content creator. I love when people are excited about creating content, about doing something that they love and that they're passionate about. So I have no problem with her bouncing back and forth to different platforms. I just found it very interesting the points that she laid out on her podcast. And I was just excited. I'm pretty sure she's going to have more of a traction on YouTube because I believe her persona as a whole is more family friendly, except for the part in her podcast where she jokes about that anyone who doesn't, F with her, then it's because we don't wipe our bottoms, and then goes like, "Oh, just kidding though, haha, just my opinion, but I think it's true." It's like, don't joke around like that. I get it, those are jokes, but that's not that's not making anybody like you, especially after the whole cookie incident that you were doing, selling overpriced cookies and calling anyone that wasn't purchasing your cookies broke. It's like, well, if you're broke, you're broke, just say so. I have thoughts. If you all want to know more female streamers, I did put a lot of their usernames up on the screen right now, and I will be keeping them on the screen until the end of this video. They are amazing streamers and even more wonderful people. I have known them for quite a bit now, and I am truly grateful for that. Well, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, I do stream on Twitch myself, and I started streaming on Kick. I might stream on YouTube as well, but I'm not sure if I might do that on this channel or on the other channel. But tell me what you think. Would you even want to watch on YouTube, or would you rather watch on Twitch? Anyway, please give this video a like if you like it and subscribe for more videos. Thank you all so much and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye-bye.